first. He grew, he developed. And so all of a sudden he became valuable. I remember a friend of mine, in Ontario, their son worked for Blackberry when Blackberry was a thing. He worked for Blackberry and he got in the door and he worked in this department and then was there for a year and then they were looking for someone in another department. So he applied for that and worked and then got that. And so he was working in this department and then worked there for another year. And then there was another department that opened up and was looking for someone. And so he applied for that and got in there. And he worked in 3 or 4 different departments. And they saw his initiative to learn, to grow in the company. So then they created a position for him to where all of a sudden now he was overseeing 3 or 4 different offices around the world. And if you're listening to this and you're not that old, you probably don't even understand what's Blackberry. But as Blackberry began to decline, and some of his staff he had to lay off in some of these locations, Samsung came and talked to him. And Samsung headhunted him and said, we actually want you to, continue these locations, but we want to hire you. And so he contacted some of the people that he had to lay off and said, we got work. But Samsung has called us and talked to us, so we're going to work for them. Can you see that? What did he do? He was equipped, prepared, ready, and developed. Why? Because he had risen. He had first things first. He grew, he developed. And so all of a sudden he became valuable. Whereas most people, they just get the job and give me the job, just let me do that 8 hours a day, and I'm going to go home and I'm going to go fishing, I'm going to go golf, and I'm going to go do nothing. I'm just going to go play. But he had a plan. He wanted to be beyond normal, average, and ordinary. And so he learned. And then he got this other position, and he learned here, and he learned here, and they saw that he was interested to learn. And because he wanted to learn, and because he was learning more, and he knew more, all of a sudden he became more valuable. And when you're more valuable, you get paid more.